LeBron Ramon James Sr., popularly known as LeBron James, is an NBA basketball player with the Los Angeles Lakers. He is considered by most as one of the greatest players in NBA history, and is sometimes compared to Michael Jordan, MJ, in discussions over who is the greatest basketball player of all time. However, the great LeBron has been experiencing some hurdles over the past year or so, affecting both himself and his team. So why is his NBA future not looking very good? Stay tuned to find out all the juicy insider details you don't want to miss. But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2K22 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple. First up, LeBron James' NBA future is not looking too good. Here's why. So what exactly is going on with the great LeBron James, and why is his future not looking very bright with the NBA in general? Well, first off, we know that he isn't always the most liked in the sport, regardless of being one of the greats. We also know one thing about Twitter users. They have a lot of opinions and can be very brutally honest. Recently, BetOnline, a sports betting website, decided to count how many negative tweets against well-known basketball players were sent out in just the last month alone, and the outcomes will certainly wow you. With nearly 100,000 negative tweets, LeBron James was way at the top of the list. According to one article, it could be linked to recent unfavorable news over the last year or two, but we believe it has to do more with his success and supremacy over other clubs, along with his recent losing streak that certainly does not do the Lakers any favors. Despite LeBron James' comeback, the Los Angeles Lakers recently had a devastating, almost embarrassing defeat, this time by the Houston Rockets at the start of this month. Losing to the NBA's worst team is just another low point in a season full of lows for the Lakers. Furthermore, LeBron James has acknowledged responsibility for the Lakers' loss to the Rockets. He discussed his play against the Rockets during the post-game press conference. Throughout the season, he stated that he missed a number of shots that he is used to making. He, on the other hand, doesn't think they're awful shots. That dreadful night, LeBron had 23 points, double-digit assists, and double-digit rebounds, giving him another triple-double. However, he only hit 9 of his 26 shots and only 1 of his 9 three-point attempts. James had a bad shooting night, which contributed significantly to the Lakers' loss, which in turn led to fans being outraged. Following the terrible game, LeBron promised to improve in his upcoming games and just all-around do better, but his redemption remains to be fully seen. Other fans, or should we say haters of LeBron, also believe that it is time to retire. I mean, the man is currently 37 years old. Now, this doesn't sound old, but for a professional sports star, it's practically ancient. However, we already know James wants the opportunity to play with his son Bronny in the NBA, and probably won't retire until they can play at least one season together. Next, LeBron James is nominated for the Worst Actor in recent Razzie Awards. In other LeBron James news, according to the Golden Raspberry Award Foundation's membership, the talent of the Los Angeles Lakers star doesn't extend to the big screen. This past weekend, James won, but is it really winning, 2 Golden Raspberry Awards for Space Jam: A New Legacy. The Razzie Awards are given out the day before the Academy Awards to the year's worst films. Space Jam: A New Legacy garnered 4 nominations, with 3 of them receiving the most votes. The Warner Brothers film received the second most Razzie nominations in 2021. So what did LeBron win? Well, and worst on-screen pairing for any Warner cartoon character. Pretty brutal. This is quite surprising considering how much the film made. Space Jam: A New Legacy grossed over $162 million at the box office, but received mixed reviews. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 26% critics review score, but a 79% audience review score. Overall, he's probably okay with it. James is among a long list of Golden Raspberry Award nominees that includes Batman films, Suicide Squad, Independence Day, Cheaper by the Dozen, and Grown Ups, among many others. Surprisingly, he isn't even the only NBA player to win a Razzie. In 1997, Dennis Rodman was named Worst New Star and Worst Supporting Actor for his role in the film Double Team. On Rotten Tomatoes, that film was an 11% critic score and a 25% audience score. In the same year, Shaquille O'Neal was nominated for his performance in Steel. This surely is comforting and is nothing more than a funny, small blip in his career. Up next, young Australian NBA star Josh Giddey out for season on untimely injury. In more recent NBA news, Josh Giddey, an NBA rookie from Australia, will miss the rest of the season due to an intense hip injury. The 19-year-old Oklahoma City Thunder guard had been out with an injury since late February 2022, and his coach revealed this past weekend that he had played his final game of the season. Despite the fact that his season ended prematurely, Giddey accomplished more in his debut NBA season than most. After catching the attention of NBA scouts while playing for the NBL's Adelaide 36ers last season, the Thunder selected Giddey with the 6th overall choice in the most recent NBA draft. This is huge, especially for someone outside of the US before his untimely injury. The team was definitely getting their money's worth from the young Australian. Giddey became the NBA's youngest player to record a triple-double in January, then the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th youngest by adding 3 more in February. He's also the first rookie in more than a half a century to have 3 triple-double games in a row. Isn't that impressive? Between November and February, Giddey was named Western Conference Rookie of the Month 4 times in a row, and he was also picked to participate in All-Star Weekend. Due to his injuries, Giddey has only played in 1 game since the Rising Rising Stars mini-tournament. The Thunder have struggled without Giddey, winning only 3 of 14 games since his first absence and the announcement that he would not return this season. This is a huge loss for the team, as he is one of the most promising players on the team. It will be interesting to see how they perform with Giddey, that's for sure. Now, Kyrie Irving is back and the vaccine mandate has been lifted for the NBA. For the first time since the vaccine requirement expectation paved the way for him to play at home, Kyrie Irving expressed his excitement as he thought of finally suiting up in Barclays Center. And now that he has the ability to do so, he hopes to sign a long-term agreement so he can continue to do so for many years to come. Irving has been unable to play at home this season, first owing to New York City's indoor vaccine restrictions, which prevented him from entering Barclays Center, and then due to private sector mandates that prevented him from playing. His choice sparked debate, with some accusing him of being self-centered, while others praised him for standing up for his and others' rights. When asked whether there was anything he could do to help the teachers' unions or firefighters after 1,430 city workers were dismissed for refusing to follow the city's vaccine regulations, Irving stated he would take progressive action. The Nets had fully anticipated Irving to get immunized before the season, much as general manager Sean Marks had stated that the team and its all-star point guard on a max extension had good conversations. However, after Irving startled them by refusing to be vaccinated, negotiations ceased and the arrangements was abandoned. Speaking about being able to play again and the mandate being lifted, he stated, "I think for me, it's always been about being comfortable, liking where I'm at, and I love it here." Irving had talks on a 4-year, $186 million, $247.5 million Australian dollars agreement fall down after he refused to get vaccinated. Until now, his decision has reduced him to a part-time road player. Not having Irving on the court was a big reason why Brooklyn is in 8th place in the Eastern Conference, but Irving and his Nets colleagues are still convinced that they can win a championship this season or in the future if he inks a long-term contract with Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons. Fans are very excited to see Irving come back, but of course, not everyone is happy about his decision not to get vaccinated since everyone else in the league had to get it to play. Seems quite unfair that he's allowed to play now as normal, but the others didn't seem to have any choice. But let us know your opinion down below. And there you have it, everything you need to know about LeBron James and why his future within the NBA isn't looking too bright. Additionally, we also touched on the Aussie player who made a huge splash into the NBA world, who is now out for the entire season, and Kyrie Irving and how he's allowed back into the NBA as the vaccine mandate was lifted. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Which one of these stories surprised you the most? Let us know. But if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.